Hi, I'm Brandon. Welcome to my channel, Books in the Shire. This week I decided I wanted to try and film a weekly reading vlog, so that's what we're going to do. I feel like I'm not good at vlogs, but I want to try and be better at them. I feel like I say that in every vlog too. Sorry, I will stop. But we're gonna do a vlog this week. So I have two books on my TBR that I'm hoping to finish. One of them I'm halfway through, or a little under halfway through. And then the other one, my library loan, is due in a week. Or actually in 5 days, so I gotta prioritize that. But the first book that I'm currently in the middle of is Heir by Sarah J. Maas. I'm currently on page 260, and I've been reading this book for several weeks now. I was on vacation last week, so I barely read. I think also I'm not totally enjoying this. I know that's probably sacrilegious in this community, but I'm kind of bored. I'll be honest. I do really want to finish this hopefully within the next like week and a half, just so I can be done with it, because it's kind of dragging on for me, unfortunately. I don't know. I feel like weird talking about this book because I know like everyone loves this series, but it's just like not vibing right now. And then the other book that I want to try and read that is due in 5 days is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I'm really excited to read this. I've heard really good things about this series, and I totally intended to read it during, what's it called, October, but it didn't happen because I didn't have my library loan in, and now I do, and now I only have 5 days left because I was on vacation and my whole reading schedule got screwed up, but we're gonna try and read it this week. So those are my little updates. So let's just like get into the video. If I look like a hot mess right now, just ignore that. I've had a long day at work. I keep forgetting to give updates, so it's a few days later after I started A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I've actually finished it. This book was really great. I gave it 4 stars. I totally understand why people like it. That's my cat. So first of all, I think the audiobook is really good. The narrator's really good, but then also too, there's like not sound effects, but like when they have phone interviews, there's like the dial tone and the like, I mean, those are sound effects, but it's not throughout the book. It's just during those snippets. And then they have a few different narrators. Like there's a primary narrator, but when they have other characters talking, sometimes they have a different narrator. So that was really cool. Definitely recommend the audiobook if you're an audio reader. This is one thing that I really loved about this book is, you know, it's a YA mystery. And I feel like we all know the standard YA mystery female lead. She's quirky, like she's kind of an outcast. She's like kind of attractive, but she doesn't think she's attractive. You know, that type of MC. So I kind of expected it to be that way going in, but I was wrong, and I was happily wrong. Pippa, the main character, like she has a solid friend group. She's not like an outcast in school. She's a good student. She's smart. She's well liked, and she's not like one of those I'm quirky girls. Like, not to hate, I'm sorry, but if you know what I mean, she was a very enjoyable main character. So I really liked her. I also expected this series to be following one mystery throughout it, and I mean, it could still be the case, but this book wraps up really nicely. So you could read it as a standalone if you wanted to. I mean, if you enjoyed it, I don't see why you would want to read it as a standalone. But it wraps up nicely. You don't have any cliffhangers at the ending, which I really liked because that's very typical, especially in mysteries, which is not a bad thing. But I liked that this one was kind of different, that it did fully wrap up, and that you don't feel like forced, I guess. Not that you are forced, but you don't feel forced to read the next book in the series if you don't want to. Like, you don't feel left out, I guess you could say. I just really enjoyed this book. I'm so happy I finally read it because I've literally had it on my shelf since it was released. So go me for getting to it 4 years later. But yeah, definitely go read this book if you have not. I understand the hype. I definitely recommend it. It's very good. I'm gonna give a little life update just because like I feel like I don't talk about my life and I kind of want to. Is that weird? I don't know. I hope it's not weird. This week has been a really long week at work for me. So last week I was on vacation. And so this week is my week back from vacation, but I've had so many meetings on Tuesday. So I work for a library. I work in government. So I had to attend our commission meeting on Tuesday, and that was 3.5 hours of my life wasted because they only got to one of my agenda items. And that just like really frustrated me because I sat there for 3.5 hours. So now I need to go to the commission meeting, the next commission meeting, so they can get to my other 2 agenda items, and that's really frustrating. But I understand, like, they have other stuff that they've got to get to, but it was just, like, annoying because, like, I was on vacation, and now it's, like, that first day back was just long as hell, so that was fun. Yesterday was pretty okay, but then today I had another meeting. I had an advisory board meeting, so that was another 2.5 extra, not 2.5, yeah, 2.5 extra hours of my work day. And now I'm here giving this update and I'm tired. Yeah, I just thought I would talk about it just because I have no one else to talk to about it but my mom. So I'm gonna tell random people on the internet about my day. Anyways, luckily next week is a holiday, so I only have to work for 2 days next week. So that's very nice. Thought I would try a new angle, but I kind of hate it, but we're already here and I'm not moving. So I read more of Heir of Fire this morning. I'm up to page 381 and my thoughts are fairly the same. I'm a little bored. I wish there was a bit more plot as opposed to like character development and I guess like world building. There's definitely things that are happening, but like nothing's like totally standing out to me. I don't really know, I guess, how to describe my feelings. It's just going right now. I still think it's a well-written book. I think that the characters are good. I think the story is good. Well, story, I guess not as much. Like, the story's fine, but there's not a lot of plot. It's just totally fine. It's just like, I'm bored. It's just me. It's a me problem, not the book problem. So I really enjoyed the first 2 books, so I'm kind of sad that I'm disliking this book. But I think what I loved about the first 2 books is that they were intimate. They were more isolated. They both took place within one area. There were 3 main characters where now we have 5, 6. It's gotten a lot bigger, which is not a bad thing. I think that's a really good thing. But it's gotten a lot bigger, but nothing's happened. I'm terrible at vlogging. I totally meant to do an update and to end the video yesterday, but I was really lazy, and also I fell down the rabbit hole of Stray Kids TikTok. I've never been into K-pop, but now I'm a K-pop girly? Who am I? Anyways, besides the point, I did finish Heir of Fire yesterday. I gave it 3 stars. I was bored most of the book, but Sarah J Maas, I don't know how she does it, but she somehow ends up writing really incredible endings to books. Like, I don't know how she does it, but she does it. Because I feel like every Throne of Glass book I've read so far, they've had really good endings that have gotten me to be like, holy shit, I need to read the next one. And this one was no different. I was like, holy shit, I need to go read Queen of Shadows now, but I'm not gonna yet. I'm gonna give myself a little break. In the past, when I read books that I didn't totally love but had really good endings, I ended up bumping up the rating just because I was like, well, the ending was good, so I guess the rest was. This time I used my noggin and I said, I didn't enjoy most of this book. I would say the, like, 2/3 at least of it I wasn't a fan of. It was really just like the last 100 to 150 pages. So I said, base your rating off of that. So I did, and that's why it's 3 stars. I still am going to keep going with the series. I still did have a good time for the ending, not most of it. I do see why people like this book. I think, like I said, if you're a character-based reader, you would really like this book, but I'm a plot-based reader, so it was a bit challenging for me. Now I will end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another one.